Imagine this: you step outside at night and look up. Instead of the starry sky you're used to, you see colossal, shimmering rings stretching across the heavens, glowing in icy blues, silvers, and golds. What if Earth had rings like Saturn? This mind-blowing alternate reality would transform the way we experience our world in ways we can barely imagine. Let's take a journey into this fantastical scenario and explore how having rings around Earth would reshape not just the sky, but also our planet and our lives. These massive rings, composed of ice, rock, and dust, would orbit Earth in a dazzling display, far more dramatic than anything we've ever seen. Unlike Saturn's rings, Earth's would be much closer to us, circling the planet at a lower altitude and glowing with a brightness that would dominate the sky. Depending on your location, the rings would appear in different ways. Near the equator, they'd rise high above your head, creating a luminous bridge that connects the land to the sky. In contrast, at the poles, they would hug the horizon, their arcs sweeping across the world, painting the sky in the softest shades of light. At sunrise and sunset, the rings would catch the first and last rays of the sun, reflecting golden hues, while at night, they'd glow softly, possibly outshining the stars themselves. It's easy to imagine how awe-inspiring this sight would be, a constant reminder of the vast beauty of the universe right above us. Now, let's think about the impact on life. The glow from the rings would act like a second, celestial light source, casting faint shadows even in the middle of the night. This constant illumination would dramatically change the lives of nocturnal creatures. Imagine how owls, who rely on the cover of darkness to hunt, would struggle in this semi-lit world. Bats, too, might find it difficult to navigate as they rely on the cover of night to catch their prey. Nocturnal ecosystems might be completely restructured, forcing species to evolve in unexpected ways to survive in a world where night is no longer pitch black. Creatures would need to adapt, just as we might need to adjust to a new kind of rhythm in the natural world. For humans, the rings would become an undeniable presence in our daily lives. Ancient cultures would likely have seen them as celestial pathways, divine barriers, or even symbols of cosmic power. Early civilizations might have interpreted these radiant rings in their myths and religions, thinking of them as bridges to the heavens or signs of God's favor or wrath. We might have built grand festivals to celebrate their beauty, crafting art, music, and stories inspired by their constant presence. Picture large celebrations, with people gathering to marvel at the shimmering bands of light overhead, creating celebrations that span generations. The rings could become central to cultural practices, their symbolism woven into everything from architecture to ritual. But there's more than just beauty at play. The presence of the rings would also have a profound impact on Earth's climate. Acting as giant mirrors, they would reflect some of the sunlight back into space, cooling certain regions while casting long shadows over others. Regions underneath the rings would experience a shift in temperature, with some areas becoming cooler, while others might remain warmer due to the uneven distribution of sunlight. This could lead to altered weather patterns, affecting rainfall and potentially causing unpredictable changes in climate over time. Farmers would face new challenges, as some areas that once thrived under full sunlight might become colder or more temperate, while other regions could become too hot for traditional crops to grow. We would have to find new ways to cultivate food, perhaps relying on more innovative agricultural techniques or even genetically modified crops to withstand the new environmental pressures. From space, Earth would be an absolute showstopper. Astronauts, looking back at our planet, would see it surrounded by a glowing halo, the rings stretching far into the vastness of space. Earth would become one of the most beautiful and unique celestial objects, a jewel in the solar system. However, this dazzling sight wouldn't come without its challenges. Space travel, already a complicated and dangerous endeavor, would become even more treacherous. The debris in the rings would pose a constant risk to satellites, space stations, and spacecraft. Navigating through or around the rings would require precise calculations and advanced technology to avoid collisions with chunks of ice or rock. This could slow the pace of space exploration, as every mission would need to factor in the risks posed by the rings, requiring more time, resources, and careful planning to ensure safety. How could such rings form in the first place? One possibility is that they could have been created by a massive asteroid or comet colliding with Earth, shattering a moon or celestial body into orbiting debris. Over time, the gravitational pull of the Earth would have caused the debris to form into rings, Alternatively, the rings might be the remnants of a moon that never fully formed, a celestial body that was trapped in Earth's gravity and broken into pieces, remaining in orbit as dust and rock. Either way, the presence of such stunning, massive rings would have been a result of a dramatic celestial event, and their formation would be a constant reminder of the forces that shape our world. Now, imagine if these rings had been in place since the dawn of humanity. Early astronomers would have studied them with fascination, learning about the cosmos and the principles of gravity far earlier than in our history. Instead of focusing on the stars, they might have been equally captivated by the rings, which would have been far more visible and prominent in their night skies. These rings could have been used for navigation, much like the stars, providing explorers with a reliable guide for travel across the land. Maps would include references to the rings' position in the sky, and they could have been a vital part of seafaring exploration long before the advent of modern navigation tools. Fast forward to today, and global festivals celebrating the rings could be commonplace. They might inspire entire cultures, from music festivals that celebrate their beauty to art movements focused on interpreting their celestial glow. The rings would have shaped our collective imagination, becoming a symbol of unity and wonder, a constant reminder of the shared home we all inhabit. The rings would encourage global cooperation, bringing people together to preserve the environment and explore the universe, all under the watchful eye of their celestial bands. Technologically, the rings would offer opportunities we've never imagined. Scientists would study the rings to unlock the mysteries of planetary formation, the dynamics of ring systems, and perhaps even harvest resources from the rings themselves. Water ice from the rings could be used in future space missions, providing an essential resource for astronauts traveling further into the cosmos. But there's a caveat. Tampering with the rings could have unforeseen consequences. If humanity were to attempt to alter the structure of the rings, we might risk destabilizing the system or disrupting the balance that holds the rings in place. This could lead to ethical debates about our right to alter or manipulate the natural systems of our planet. The rings would undeniably make Earth unique in the solar system. They would be a constant, awe-inspiring feature of our world, reminding us of the infinite beauty of the universe and inspiring generations to dream big and look beyond our planet. So, the next time you look up at the sky, take a moment to imagine what it might be like if Earth had rings. How would it change the way we live? How would it change the way we see our place in the cosmos? The possibilities are endless.